Okay, so I'll just have a general preface. What stuff do you end up doing on this map, and what stuff you can do on Mayhem essentially against their comp?
Um, I was been. I mean, they have range. It's good for me to be able to like wall off and pressure their Reinhardt, block off healing resources. I do that a bit, but then I also just like maybe didn't adapt enough to this team comp that way because like if their Hitscan and Hanzo were better, maybe they could have punished me. But I tried to like take angles a lot more.
Right,
Um, but ideally not so far that I can't still like use wall to help
right.
team. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, because like I know last time I was just like playing on main a lot, and like that becomes like really relevant. I've been doing. I mean, I've been playing way more Stadium, but this is like a stripped down version of it, really, and
right, yeah.
it's really important. It's really important in there because like there'll be like fucking like Mercy, Soldier, Cass, in like a lot of games, and
Mm,
if your team just like tries to run it down main, they just like take too much damage.
right.
So being able to actually just like take angles on them or forcing like shorter angles is really good.
Yeah. I know last time we talked a lot about, especially on King's third, I think it was on defense, like how you can really like take your own angle, especially
Yeah.
when the high grounds just aren't viable. And against the Ryan comp, I'm seeing Tracer, Kiri, Juno, like these are characters that can out rotate the Ryan. In other words, it's not going to be a big threat. The only person that's really at threat is your own Sigma. So walling off can relieve a lot of pressure. And of course, like you can wall off the Ryan, and then your Tracer Kiri can like flank around and do stuff to the Hanzo or Cassidy. But we'll see how it goes here because I am looking for opportunities more than just walling off Ryan and pressing M1 on his shield. But yeah, we'll see. Okay. See. Hey, see Ryan. See Cass a little bit. Okay. Okay, fine. All things fine. Okay. Sure. Yeah, so like this is like perfectly reasonable. I don't mind this at all so far. Yeah, I mean you're taking a different angle here. You're playing a more ranged comp. Your six not really walking forward here that much. He's also just keeping distance and rotating. You're taking your own angle. You can always go deeper if you need to, but also you're still available to wall off the Ryan if need be, if he does push your Sigma here. So far, I'm liking the position. The only other viable case, quote unquote, is either walking through here with Hypering and then playing here, and if the Ryan goes on to you, well, he's putting himself at risk because he's opening himself up to your Sigma. Or, if you want to be a little bit different, you can, in theory, walls up here onto the high ground, but that's also very risky because the cast can see you, so it needs to be timed well with Sig pushing or your Tracer doing stuff here as well. But so far, I've got no real complaints. I think what you're
Yeah, I was
doing
just
here
very
is fine.
surprised. There's one of those hit scans didn't take the angle on the right. Like
Yeah,
they
there's
weren't
stacked main right
always going to
now.
do that. So.
Yeah. Because of course, if they went to your right side, like the cast, for example, went to right side here, you could absolutely outduel him for sure. But yeah. Okay, let's see. Okay, you're basically doing stuff. Nice. Yeah, okay. Okay. So this is where, like, I was just having the session just now with Lucio, and it was just understanding and adapting your position based on visual cues, and one of the visual cues is the kill feed. This is a case of that here, where your Tracer Kiri got a pick, they got something behind the enemy team, they got a kill. How can you... Let me
I
see
could
how
have
to
just kept
phrase it.
pushing the angle, right?
Right,
Because we have the
exactly.
advantage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
instead of just trying to play to keep the Ryan. Like the wall. I thought it was close enough that the wall would have at least slowed him down, but it's not like that changes the fight.
Right, right.
Yeah, okay.
Of course, you do need to keep in mind that he might, like, if I'm this Reinhardt right now, I either play really, really slow and just wait for my break to come back, or I pin really fast and look for a trade. So that's something that you do need to be slightly aware of, that he can just pin straight onto your Sigma. But even then, you'll be fine. You can rotate backwards and wall him off, and your Sig will be fine. So yeah, of course I'd be deepening the angle here, rather than being so perplexed, or not perplexed, sorry, but so focused on the Ryan. But yeah. Okay, now you do think about deepening the angle here, which again would have been really nice because the hand is right here. You can wall off the retreat. You got distance. You got cover here to use if you want to like dip down a little bit. You'll be fine here, and of course you've got the HP to deliver one shot, so you'll be fine. But yeah, that would have been a nice opportunity there. Because
Yeah,
now,
because like she doesn't have mobility. She's so slow, but like if she gets to a good spot like that, she can like survive for a while.
exactly,
So
right?
yeah.
Yeah. Especially against their comp where, again, they've got, like, such little mobility Like, you're going to be taking one-on-ones, or at the very least, maybe 2-on-1s a lot of the time. And, of course, here, like, having seen that Hanzo... Where did he move? Yeah, the Hanzo's right there. Yeah, of course, if I'm not Hanzo, I'm flanking here, right? And let's say the Hanzo moved here. Right, like, now like, you're just cooked, right? Like, now you're giving up the high ground, you use wall, the Hanzo's hit uncontested and just domes you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Like, it
yeah,
just becomes very difficult.
Yeah.
So I guess, like, the question it becomes, like, why not go right side?
Yeah, I should have. I definitely should have.
Because it's not
It's
like...
just I think I'm just like, not thinking hard enough about still winning the team fight. Just the
Right.
idea of like just getting the cap was probably all I'm thinking about, which isn't that relevant.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I don't mind if you let the Ryan cap and you lose 20%. As long as you win the fight, that's all I really care about. So yeah, don't worry about the cap too much. I prioritize winning the fight first. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, as you kind of mentioned there, had the Hanzo been better, you probably would have got punished for that. But yeah. Of course, the wall itself isn't ideal. Firing there's fine. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, nice Lego. Okay. Walls, whatever, you'll get it back when the Ryan comes in. Your hands just staggers.
Yeah, I saw there was this sleep on my support. I saw some stuff coming in.
Okay, so what are your options with how you can play? Where you can play?
I'm trying to find a corner, so I'm thinking this one, but if my team backs, I just have to be paying more attention. Like, if my Sigma backs up, then I probably can't stay there.
Right, so
Angles,
what's your retreat path if you stay this corner?
I'm just gonna it's interesting because I'm just gonna end up backing up onto the same angle as everyone else. Whereas when you were showing the options earlier, if I went left,
right,
like from where you are, then they would be kind of pincered because the rest of my team's just gonna back straight up.
Yeah. So like this position itself isn't bad. But what I would see here normally is Ryan walks forward, pass takes an angle like this. You're too far away, and you haven't got the mobility to contest him. You're not a Genji. You can't dash onto him. He'll shoot you from high grounds. You'll probably have to wall him off, and you just play points, which is fine. Like, I've seen Maze play a point before, like on Nepal Sanctum. It can work, but it just limits your dueling potential essentially on the angle. And if anything, again, as you kind of alluded to, playing here, you can again almost bait them to pushing you. And of course, if anyone comes here, you can very easily duel them because the distance here is a lot shorter, so you are a lot more threatening here. So yeah, I think here's ideally if you want to again play to wall off the Ryan, but still dual targets and still be a threat around this corner potentially. And again, let them make the Ryan a lot harder to push you. This corner is generally a little bit better against that comp. But yeah, of course you can also again if you're not playing for war value against a Sigma, you can just like play here. And again, same idea, right? Where again you can still wall off the Ryan from this distance, but again you've got a nice angle to contest anyone coming down this lane. But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Not a bad position. But yeah. The sheep path will be a little bit scuffed. Okay, go back main here. Get slept. Rock saves you. Wow. Wall's good. You can see like how awkward it is. But if I put the camera here, either the Ryan ignores you and then has to push into this space, which is like really rough for him. In which case again he gets slow him. He gets rocked again. It's fine. Or he keeps walking into your Sigma, in which case now you wall him, and then backline get walled, Ryan gets forced out, you can zone backline the entire time. Becomes a lot easier.
Last session your example on King's Row was basically, sure there's the Mega there, but it's like a choke, and what seems like universal with this in this example to me, if I'm just trying to think about how I should use this more, is like, obviously chokes you can wall other people off, but they also make it harder for people to push you, right? Like, so... I can look for chokes. Like an off-angle choke sounds really good.
yeah, basically. And that's a good way of thinking about it. The wall's there, it's fine, reasonable. Okay, sure. Nice cryo discipline there. So normally, again, the 6 shield prevents you from having to cryo there, so I'm glad you didn't cryo that early. So good stuff there on visual aggro.
I'll die for it though.
That's really unfortunate.
I really thought I would get healed up. She's right there behind me.
Yeah, the Juno's right there behind you. I think she's reloading, maybe. Hard to guess. She's torpedoing. Oh, dude. Okay, that's really unfortunate. It's also a small breakpoint too, because you're 3 HP off of living that. That's just unfortunate. But again, I think it's a dominoes thing of like you shouldn't be low there in the first place. Your Sega had to peel for you. You're just playing down main, obviously. So it's been unfortunate.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see here.
Yeah, because I think even I thought there, like in that position, right? Like, I knew he would back up eventually. He just didn't want to stay close to Ryan. And then, yeah, I didn't have a plan for where to go.
Yeah, we'll see here a little bit. You're very pushed up here. And again, you're so focused on this choke here that again, you're so far behind your team right now. So just a little bit of awareness on what your team's doing behind you. There's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Firing, that's fine.
They're not really fast. I don't think they would play so far out. They don't have speed.
Right, yeah. Okay. Fine. And again, it comes like, you can seeing it right now where like, if they want to come and get you, they're putting themselves at hard risk for it. I.e. the Brig gets punished, the Cass gets punished, the Ryan's gonna get punished. So, it's fine here, basically. There's nothing too much I can say here. They kind of make a big mistake in terms of going really fast. But yeah.
Yeah,
fine.
like, because I was playing really far out.
Yeah.
I didn't think they, like, they're all slow. I didn't think they would
Right.
even think to try to all push out there.
Small thing against Shatter there. It was big micro back in like Ryan May and Ram May mirrors basically. Where the person in the mirrors when Ram form was used, it will be a battle of who can get the cryo out first, and then of course when you have cryo outs, you become a lot more vulnerable. I bring that up because in Ryan mirrors specifically, it's really important to have cryo for Shatter. Otherwise you'll just get shattered basically. And you can react to it again in
I
team
can,
play.
yeah. I have failed to do that more than I'd like.
It just comes down to being aware that Ryan's with Shatter in the first place, and it makes it 10 times easier. But yeah. Same thing with popping Zen against DMP, or Moira Fade against Shatter as well. But yeah. Okay, we'll see here. Also, whatever, sure.
Yeah, they can't make it.
Okay, we'll see here. Okay. Okay.
I think I was thinking here about how like they're redesigning these and there's like 2 chokes, and it'd be nice if we could get here because you can actually kind of prevent them.
Right. Why didn't you wall the Cassidy here immediately?
Good point. I didn't hear anybody else, so it just seemed like a 1v1, and so I'm just thinking here about he's just gonna flash me, just predict the flash and block it with your and then you win the 1v1.
Yeah.
But I guess like yeah, they don't have Kiri. Yeah, I just didn't hear anybody that was coming, but yeah.
I think I hear a Ryan pin, like he's in his pens animation right now. Yeah, he just used it right now. So he's playing the other choke here. But yeah, I think the wall here is just to prevent him from walking out and guaranteeing the killer basically. And then yeah, of course you can just fire the flashbang. That's fine. But yeah, okay, we'll see here. You should win the duel. Nice. Okay, just play to live. Sure. And that kind of duelist stuff as well is really important. That's kind of what I was alluding to last VOD, and the first point on this map too. Like, you are really strong duelist in close range. So yeah, can definitely be leveraging that a lot more. Was good. Okay, the blitz itself is fine. You're probably gonna die to this Dragon Strike, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't have ice.
No ice, sadly. Yeah. I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, you can predict Dragon Strike, whatever. You're not gonna be out-tracking Dragon Strike, and it's not that good of an ultimate anyways. The Blizzard is just interesting though, because you don't need to Blizzard this fight. Like, you're probably going to win it anyways. You gotta pick.
Yeah.
The Hanzo's dead right now. I wouldn't need. It's not necessary to Blizzard it. It's fine. You'll get the Ryan kill. But yeah. Okay. Now your team is tossing in all sooner as well. Like, yeah.
That's more egregious.
That's definitely more egregious. Yeah. Okay, we'll see here. Sure, again, I think this is fine as well, right? Like, again, if they want to come and get you, well, guess what? They have to... You're Juno, you're sick, they can push forward. Your Kiriko too. Of course, had you start Kitsune Rush, would be a great time to use Kitsune if they want to push you. But yeah, you can play it. This is completely reasonable. I don't also mind as well if you want to play the choke as well. And again, you can duel from here. And contest people coming here, while also again playing this corner. You can drop down if you need to as well. This is fine, and hold this choke. That's fine. I think either place is fine. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I think the thing here is I need more distance from you as well. Is the key thing. Like, I need it to be more expensive for them to come and get you, or more dangerous for them to come and get you. And that's the key thing. If you're gonna stay here, let them walk, right? Because you can always, like play around here basically. Is kind of another point. Where it's harder and more lethal and more dangerous for them to come and get you. Whereas right now, like all the caster needs to do is peek here a little bit and shoot you a little bit. Well, like again, if you want to get, if you're playing this corner here, yeah, if the caster wants to come and get you, he needs to peek all the way out through this doorway to come and fight you. But of course, if he does that, the Sig can like shoot again, the Kiwi can shoot, the Juno can shoot, etc. So that's kind of the key thing there. I need a little bit more distance from this corner.
I think it makes sense also for me to say, like, if I'm gonna play an off-angled choke, to save my wall, because that's kind
right,
of
right.
One of the things that makes it threatening.
Yeah, exactly, right. Because like let's say you are playing here, the cast pushes you for the duel. Well, guess what? You just wall the cast off, and then you do kill the cast, right? Because you win that duel up close. With the
one-on-one. Way more scary for a lot of non-tank heroes, because a lot of time like you're playing on main, even in like team play, and like, I actually kind of hate playing Mei in team play because people just want you to play on main and wall off.
Right, right.
And then the tank doesn't die.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, okay, I have no plays then. I have no plays to make. If that's what you tell me to do,
right.
I win the game.
I think this is like the play to make heroes, of course, backing up it, because I'm scared that you're gonna get forced out and die here early.
Yeah.
Which might happen. Oh, scary.
Should have died.
I should have died there. You got flash and then you missed a shot, so you should have died there. Of course, cryo it, but then after the cryo, you'll get forced out. This is better. This is a lot better. This is what I wanted to see beforehand. But unfortunately, beforehand you would use a wall on your half HP, so that is better than ever, as they say. But again, it could have been done a bit earlier. Okay, this is really nice though. Nice. Sure, you can just wall off on and then kill anyone on cart, but the team's already won the fight anyway, so that's fine. Sure. Yes. Okay. A little bit more discipline with how you play that. Okay. Really gets capped though.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about where they can.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
Block there. I think I get a little more lost in positioning on third.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see here. Especially if it's a little more of an open point, then it's harder to play. It becomes a little bit harder to know where you want to play. Yeah, and this is a more open point. Also okay, I don't mind it. Fine. Okay.
Yeah, here's becoming. They have a lot of angles.
Okay. Okay. So like, this is like becomes like a big opportunity cost where like you hear the Ryan get slammed. Slams, whatever. Why I know why you don't go left side, because of course big scary Ryan player. Where you want to like peel for your Juno, also your Kiriko. So I get why you do it. I'm just thinking there's a big opportunity cost here because you can flank here, wall off these guys maybe, or again look to get a good duel, look to get a headshot, look to get a nice goal, flank through here maybe, and look to get your an angle. But yeah, I guess it's fine going on Ryan. I think it's fine. If you have your wall, you can wall up your Kiriko, so she's fine from the Ryan. A little bit of micro there.
Thinking that I had wall, I think, but
yeah, because you've got it so close right now. I would physically wall up your Kiriko so the Ryan can avoid it. Or the Ryan can't swing onto it. But yeah. Well, that's okay too. You're kind of seeing like
actually,
this.
I think my DPS is higher and saves ammo in these scenarios because he's not going to drop his shield. I should probably just be primary firing. So it's a little thing.
It's a little thing. I think again, this is what I wanted to avoid at the start, where like you're just shooting a Ryan shield and you're not doing much, because of course, again, it's the opportunity cost, right? Where like this is a way you're missing out kills here. Like it's flat out. Like imagine a wall here, walling off the Ana and the cast 2v1. You just dies. It dies instantly, and then you get ult charge instead of shooting shield, and then you get blizzard. This snowballs very easily, basically. So yeah, again, I want you to prioritize angles here. Of course, had you had wall, I'm fine. I'm completely fine with you walling up your Kiriko here. That's completely fine. But yeah, I think less so about tunneling on the main. It might be a bad habit from scrims and whatnot. But yeah.
It's funny how like it feels like it's like almost never the right call. It's not even the team. Well, like if the team comp was different, maybe. I'd have to be more careful against like flankers if I was really off angle a lot. But...
Yeah. I mean, even flankers, to be honest, you can still outduel a Tracer. Like she's still scared of you. Even though you can't one-shot her. You still the thing against flankers I'd say is more important is making sure your team has LOS to you. or you're not too far split because you can get 2v1 quite easily. But yeah, absolutely you can outduel and take angles against flankers for sure. Just Trace it is scared of you. Okay. Let's see, here on third. Okay. Actually, it's fine. Fine. Nice. Fine.
She got healed so. She got, like,
Oh,
burst
yeah.
healed.
I guess like the micro hit thing, or the micro thing here is like, what's the point of the wall?
It looked like they were pushing, and the Rhine. If the Rhine, like I thought I timed it a little bit. Like if the Rhine's in, they're out, and I'm shooting
Right.
that, and I'm shooting them, then he
The thing
gets
is
even
like,
less resources.
let's say you don't wall this. Is the Ryan gonna be dangerous to a team?
There's not, well, maybe to my Sigma, but if my
Maybe to
Sigma
a
can,
Sig.
if my Sigma can space,
Yeah.
yeah, if he keeps backing, he'll be fine.
Because you can see your Sig through the wall here. You know he's more than fine. This is fine. He'll be fine with micro as well. He can rock the Ryan when walking forward. He'll be fine. But like it looks to me like you're hard engaging here with no trigger. Now you're lucky because your Echo is the trigger here, so she'll be drawing attention away. But barring that, your team are really far away. Like you're just looking to get a pick here is all that is. You're just soft engaging, looking to get a kill maybe on your own angle. Because right now this is a great angle. Right? No one can clear you. Not a single person on the enemy team right now can contest your angle. This is really really good. It's just that I don't think, yeah, dropping the issue here. And to a lesser extent the wall too. Because again, there's no precipice, there's no reason for the wall. If you want to hard engage, actually, drop the wall so your team can walk forward here and outbrawl them. So you've got like 3 different angles here, right? You've got like a one here, Echo coming from above, and then your own angle here. If you want to play early and fast, I think the wall here, how should it be used instead?
If anybody pushes me, like the Sojourn, maybe she slides anyway,
Mm.
and then the wall would have been a lot more helpful.
Right? So maybe she slides directly onto you, in which case you wall her off. Maybe he slides underneath, and then you wall her off from her supports, and you can force a 1v1. That's how you would use wall here. I get the mindset of being, I'm forcing some kind of advantageous duel against the Sojourn rather than just walling the choke because it's the choke. But yeah. Okay. Kara's good though. This is fine.
It's the back. I can hear the backline freezing.
Yeah, it's zoning them off. Even if you don't freeze the backline, it's zoning them off. So I'm fine with the blizzard here. But yeah. Also, your crowds have generally gotten better than last pod, which is good. I say that as you peek wide with no cryo. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I could have been a lot more disciplined with it.
And we're just a little bit tucking in the hitbox here. It's something that DPS players that don't play hit scans I see do a lot. I see Iliari players do a lot too because they're not hit scan players really. So they don't use cover that well. But yeah, like you'll see tons of hit scan players use it as well. They'll jiggle peek this corner and manipulate their hitbox. You'll see it all the time. But it's a little bit of corner hitbox manipulation. You'll be fine. Okay.
It took a shot from Ana. It's the visual
aggro, right? Yeah, you take
basically, I didn't. Even though we were like winning, you know, I end up with in a 3v, like
right.
1v3.
The main thing there being like, I think it's fun you can peek that as you did if you've got cryo, but you, but yeah. Okay, we'll see here. Okay. 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 Cool, I think the wall's okay to swap point. You've got almost tapping it, zoning off backline, sure. Mine's really low. Use cryo, let's see. Let me look at your position from the get-go when you get back on the points.
Yeah, I'm like chasing a little bit. I'm like my positioning goes out.
Right.
Out of
Yeah.
the
Okay.
but I'm focused on the Reinhardt and like pressuring him because.
Right.
I mean, do we get any picks yet, or no? That's the thing. You gotta be careful in these scenarios. I know, like, because eventually their team will get here. I might be assuming that my team's gonna focus the Rhine down because he's the only one contesting, but we could be winning the fight by killing everyone else, even if he caps. Right? It's like your first point example.
Yeah.
Sure. Like he caps the point by himself, and his team's dead.
Right. Where else how could you be playing this? Where could you be playing?
Just taking like the opposite angle. If I was like on the opposite side of the point, like and thinking about like sorry, like way
or, like over here basically.
Yeah, maybe. Because they're all gonna walk towards the point mostly, like, from the main choke, because they have to get here in time.
Right,
I'm
right.
thinking that's the way they mostly have to come. So,
That's
like,
fine, yeah.
they have to walk in a straight direction, so I could be shooting squishies maybe instead of Reinhardt.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, playing is completely fine. I've got no issue with it. It's kind of the same idea. I think that you achieve the same thing by doing here, and you're already here anyway, so just play here.
Okay.
But yeah, you get, in other words, playing here allows you to still wall off the Ryan, to stone them off and split them off. But you can also again damage people coming from the main choke, damage people coming through here, and take that door. So if I put the camera here,
Mhm.
like, look at
Yeah.
this, right? Like, this is you 2v1 that Cassidy so easily. It's insane, right? You don't even need to wall off the point yet because you're actually walling off your sig a bit. So you can play it, shoot the Cassidy a little bit. If the Ryan pins in or like you see the Cassidy get split, you wall off the Cassidy. Obviously, then you
Mhm.
wall off the Ryan if he pins the point. That's fine. Yeah, you could have very easily like won the duel there. Like, oh my days, like a wall here, like, and you ice school the Cassidy, you crow the flashbang. That's the freest kill of your life. And then he's also, if you're here as well, he's not looking at your echo, right? He's looking at you and not your echo. So your echo lives that. So it's really like by far the biggest thing has been the duelist sort of mindset on Mei. But like you're secretly like a really good duelist on DPS. Like your character's really good for it. You can 100% outduel like Cassidy. And even more so considering your Kiriko's on the angle with you as well. Reinhardt doesn't die, Kasai Noons, you're in a bit of a pickle, what's the cryo? It seems to win it anyways, thankfully, you said carries. But
Yeah,
yeah,
Sig kills everyone.
Sig just kills everyone. But yeah. Okay, we'll do a summary here. We'll use this wall. First thing by far, finding off-angle opportunities to force. So again, I think the last fight there is a great example. Usually these will be places where you can still contribute to the main choke, but you can get heavy off-angle value. And again, some examples have been last fights, first fights, on first 2 points. And then the second thing is how you perform one. So again, I think distance is really the important thing. Cover / hitbox manipulation. Or hitbox M. And then, of course, I'll play your Micro with Cryo, which you did do, to be fair. Cryo,
A little better.
tools, yeah.
Ultimate tracking would help with the shatters and the
yeah, I think Shatters are the big one. Even when I'm not playing like a Ryan duel, I still will track it anyways because it's just very obvious to track it. Especially if I'm playing Moira or something, I always just track it so I can call without the fear of getting shatters. Or even if I have call, I track it anyway. So Shatters like the big one. But what else? I think that's really the main thing because the time you did do it on the second point of this map, you did actually do it. But again, you were very easy or very close to dying and getting forced out. Gas misses shots onto you. Like you're half HP, flashbang, and you just miss the shots. So distance is really the key thing. I call it risk baiting, i.e., you're baiting the Cassidy, Ana, Brig to make a risky or dangerous play to force you out. Is all that really means. So yeah.
and then they end up isolated.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And they end up getting isolated. And of course, you can use your wall. If they overextend to kill you, then you pop your wall and get that and force that 1v1. And the last thing, I mean, it's not honestly those are the two big points. I know your blizzards were fine, some small micro hero there, but I think those are the two biggest fish to fry. But yeah, any questions or any queries?
No, it's really good. I think like there's like things there that are like simple and digestible, but also like fundamental to how I position and how I use because sometimes it can feel like you're holding a build like with some of those explanations like why you're not using it. but,
Right.
like, it allows for me to take a completely different position.
Exactly. Exactly. It allows you to be aggressive in the first place by holding it.
Mhm.
So yeah. But yeah, I think that should be it for now. Of
Yeah.
course, you can let me know in 2 weeks or so.